Hello friends, James Stevenson here, back with another episode of Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today? I'll get to that in just a minute. It's also an episode of Breakfast with Loki. Let's get Loki his breakfast. Yes. There you go, buddy. There's your breakfast. Oh, he is ready to dive in. Ready to dive into breakfast this morning. And I guess I should address the elephant in the room also. For everyone who's left me a comment like, get a haircut, or get a haircut, you hippie, or get a haircut, long hair. I got a haircut. So, to the dozens of you who left similar comments, there you go. Going to the Cybertruck event on Thursday, I wanted to look a little bit more like my Twitter profile picture that people are used to seeing to help them identify me. So I got my hair trimmed up some. As Loki dives into his food. Who is hating hard on Tesla today? Well, it's a longtime Tesla hater. I don't know how long time, really. I mean, he hasn't been hating since 2018 or 2019. I only noticed him maybe a year or two ago. It's Fax Chaser. I'm trying to leave the camera on Loki for as long as possible so you can enjoy his crunching and munching sounds. So I mentioned the Cybertruck event. Tesla Q also extremely excited for the Cybertruck event so that they can point and laugh and make fun as they did at the unveiling 4 years ago when they said Tesla is doomed because no one will want to buy the Cybertruck. Well, we've seen a lot of photos and videos around the country this week as Cybertrucks went on display at 10 or 11 of Tesla's most popular sales, service, and delivery centers. And queues forming at some of those locations, just folks standing in line just to get their chance to take photos with Tesla Cybertruck. It looks like more than 0 people are going to buy one. Loki, did you eat all your food? You did. You're a good boy. You get a treat. Yes. Yes. There you go, buddy. Love you. You're a good boy. All right. And with the urgent matter of Loki's breakfast out of the way, I will roll the Who's Hating Hard on Tesla Today sizzle and finally reveal by sharing my desktop. Today's hater is Fax Chaser, at Fax Chaser. You've probably seen this account on Twitter if you spend very much time there. What's his take on the Cybertruck? Well, he's always going to call it the lame-named Cybertruck, which I think is a lame-named approach to talking about Cybertruck. There's a reason why only 10 examples of it are expected to be delivered on November 30th, and all to employees under non-disclosure agreements to limit the public relations damage when these poops or chocolate ice creams break down. Tesla is the most towed new brand in the US. So here we have a Cybertruck being pulled by a tow truck, which everybody knows means it must have broken down, right? Or it must have run out of battery, right? Aren't those the only 2 reasons vehicles are ever towed? Well, let's scroll on down and answer that question a little bit later. I'm going to click through here. Well, maybe I'll answer that question right now. So I Googled it, and it took me a matter of 10 seconds to find this article at Torque News, which I don't quote very often in these videos. I wish they had a dark screen mode so this wouldn't be so bright for you. Tesla Cybertruck seen being towed. Same Cybertruck, same tow truck, same situation. You can see the RC on the side here means this is an early release candidate vehicle, Cybertruck, not a production Cybertruck. With strange white paper spotted underneath giant wiper blade. There was a Cybertruck seen being towed in San Francisco, California. There was a reason for this, and it might not be what you think, hater. Fax Chaser. Credit to Jeremy Johnson for writing this article a couple days ago, or yesterday, I guess. At time of recording, Cybertruck seen being towed. A Cybertruck was seen being towed. It's not because the Cybertruck broke down. It's also not because the Cybertruck ran out of battery charge. The real reason for this is in the image of the Cybertruck being towed. Take a look at the giant windshield wiper. When you take a close look, you can see a white piece of paper at the bottom part of the giant wiper blade. This piece of paper is most likely a parking ticket or a fine of some kind, a violation the Cybertruck committed or the person who has the Cybertruck did. I would even go so far as to guess that whoever had the Cybertruck here did this on purpose as a publicity stunt just to draw attention to it. Again, I'm still reading from this article. That isn't my opinion. I don't think the person driving this Cybertruck release candidate wanted to get it towed by the city of San Francisco for some parking violation as a publicity stunt. But, I mean, it's not impossible that that's what happened. Without seeing the piece of paper, however, nobody knows for sure what the real reason for the Cybertruck being towed here is. So, I mean, this could be as simple as this thing parking someplace where parking is metered and they let the meter go and a day later, the police towed them for failure to pay the parking fee, right? So this isn't the first time the Cybertruck has been seen being towed, and I would bet that in every case there was a violation committed or that the truck was simply being transported somewhere else for show. Brace yourself for the delivery event. Cybertruck delivery event happening in 5 days. Kind of hard to believe. It's been over 4 years since the unveiling event. Many wondered if the Cybertruck would ever go into production. Not me. I believed it was going to go into production a while back. Tesla had to delay that a few times due to not having enough battery cells to be able to ramp up production of this vehicle while keeping production levels high enough to achieve their targeted profit margins on all the vehicles. If you're not going to be able to do that successfully, there's no sense bringing a new model up, right? If there's not enough batteries to feed all of those production lines, why would you needlessly complicate your sourcing and procurement and delivery and logistics problems? I think this is a very complicated product from Tesla, and Elon Musk has even said as much, stating the Cybertruck has many pieces of new technology and that Tesla will take 12 to 18 months to reach volume production, which means around 125,000 vehicles being made per year. I mean, I'm going to say higher than that, right? Maybe 250,000 per year. Jeremy Johnson thinks it'll be 1/8 of a million. Okay. Looking for people to show off the new UI of the Cybertruck just after the unveiling event. Since recent pictures of it have already been captured from video, we have what we think are the best predictions for the Cybertruck and look forward to the unveiling event to see how close our predictions are. It's a fun game. Everybody gets to play. How much will Tesla price the Cybertruck at? Until they tell us, we don't know. Stuff like that and the range. So everybody's looking forward to learning that. And that's everything we got from that article. So I'll delete that and go back to this thread and see what other lies Fax Chaser is trying to pass off. Here's his first reply to his video. It's getting a lot of interaction, but the ratio between the likes and the comments is not what you want when you post to X. Well, I mean, maybe if he's monetizing his account, he isn't. He's not a verified account, or he's hiding his blue check mark if he is. What you want to maximize your revenue is to get replies from verified users. Verified users count, and everybody else doesn't count for ad revenue sharing purposes. So yeah, maybe he would rather have a bunch of verified accounts calling him an idiot in the comments. The musking doesn't stop on the weekends. Yet another Tesla owner saddled with a defective Tesla gets musked. I'm starting to hate Tesla customer service and their repeated lies. What else? Anyone can write these. There's nothing in the world to prevent anybody from saying anything happened to them, right? It's impossible to verify these anecdotes, which is mostly what you get from Facts Chaser. You get anecdotes. While Musk will not allow professional reviewers to test drive the Cybertruck, he won't. How sure are you about that, Facts Chaser? No one is ever going to be allowed to test drive Cybertrucks. Potential customers are barred from touching or sitting in models displayed at Tesla showroom. VW is freely allowing people to touch, feel, and drive its lame VW ID7 electric car, which looks like a worse version of the 8-year-old Tesla Model 3 to me. Like, they are copying Tesla's approach to building a four-door sedan without copying Tesla's execution. But I mean, that's a very similar approach. Like, you do have a little tiny binnacle there, but not worth much. There was something else here I wanted to get to, and it was about the Corolla. Yes, here it is. Windy City at Windy City Jump 23 said, "Did you know the Model Y is the #1 selling car in Europe?" Facts Chaser said, "LOL fake news," retweeting himself from July 22nd. Let's click through here. There it is. The myth of the best-selling Tesla Model Y has been busted. Toyota Corolla handily outsold Tesla. Yet hashtag Tesla pumping shills kept pushing the best-selling big lie. Is it a big lie to say Model Y is the best-selling model in the world? Well, we don't know because B. Graham Disciple blocks us, so we can't see this. That must have been so common a problem for people that because he blocks so many people, that Facts Chaser was forced to post it himself down here so that people could see what he was even talking about. He found an article written by Todd Lassa a couple of days earlier where Todd tried to fact-check the claim that Model Y was the best-selling car in the world. I say tried. You'll find out why. Best-selling car in the world. That title goes to the Toyota Corolla, does it? Let's look. So if we go through here, is Tesla Model Y the world's best-selling car? Nope, not even close. Says dumb Todd Lassa. I shouldn't say Todd is dumb. Maybe Todd just didn't understand what a Toyota Corolla Cross was when writing this article. He should have. If you're going to write an article about Toyota and their Corolla Cross, I'll let you read that page if you want. This is the important page. We reached out to Toyota for Corolla numbers, and the automaker reports it sold 740,561 Corollas worldwide in the first quarter of this year, counting all versions, including the Cross. What's the Cross? I'm glad you asked. Let's scroll down here some to find... Let me click right here. I think that's what I need to do. Well, this is going to be a sad video if I can't find my reply. Oh, here it is. This is my reply. Counting all versions, including the Cross. See, if you count SUVs built on a different platform than Corolla sedans because the word Corolla is in the model name, Toyota sells more Corollas. That's what a desperate liar would say. And that's what we find. Today's hater, Facts Chaser, at Facts Chaser, saying, what did I provide here as my evidence? Well, it's the quote from the article in case people missed it. Counting all versions, including the Cross. So nobody can tell me they didn't include the Cross. The article says they did. Then here's the Wikipedia entry for the Toyota Corolla Cross, which you can see at a glance is not a Toyota Corolla, which would be like a mid-size sedan, but a small, cheap-looking mid-size sedan, in my opinion. Yeah, so it's built on the CHR platform. It tells you right here in the Wikipedia page entry. So the Corolla Cross is between the smaller CHR and the larger RAV4 in Toyota's global crossover SUV lineup. Not a sedan, a crossover SUV. So it would be like if Tesla were trying to include Model 3 sales in with Model Y and say they're the same car. Matter of fact, Model 3 and Model Y are more similar than the Toyota Corolla is to the Toyota Corolla Cross. They just included the word Corolla in the name of both models. And the mistaken author of that article decided that it was okay to bucket those two very different models in the same category and call that one model. But Toyota sells lots of vehicles that have the word Corolla in the title that are pretty dissimilar vehicles. And the Toyota Corolla Cross is just the most glaring example of that. And that is how carefully you have to view any tweet that you see written by Fax Chaser, who's hating hard on Tesla today and every day. Who's hating hard on Tesla today? It's Fax Chaser. Let me move this Loki cam back to where it's supposed to be and get some more height on this Loki cam before we exit. I'll do that, and I'll do this. So you can see Loki curled up in bed, sleeping off breakfast, before I outro by saying, if you liked this video, don't forget to click the like button. That's important, so other people will see the video. If you don't do that, then other people aren't going to see the video. So do your part to help others find this information. Don't let them get fooled by Fax Chaser. Click the like button and help the algorithm do its job. Thank you to everyone who supports me, whether you're doing that on YouTube for free. I'll leave you a link over here you can click to subscribe to my YouTube channel, or on Patreon, or on X by subscribing to my channel for $3 a month. That's the recommended way that I say to do it, for 69 cents a week. And a special thank you to my two executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com, and I'll see you in the next one.